Hey, this is Coughs, and you're listening to an Ambiance podcast.
What's up, people? Welcome to Ambiance podcast episode, 18? I have to the right of me Coughs.
Hi.
Why do they call you Coughs? That's the first question I want to know.
So everyone thinks it's something deep, but it really isn't. It was just an open Instagram name that I decided to take, and everyone just calls me Coughs now, and I'm like, cool.
It's a dope name, honestly.
Yeah.
I was thinking like it's because you cough a lot or some shit. Like,
no, so when I smoke, like I'll end up coughing, and then they're like, oh, I know why your name is Coughs, and I'm like, that's not it, but sure, yeah.
Just roll with it, whatever.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. But yeah, I'm hyped to have you on because I think that you have a really unique perspective, just like being a woman photographer. A lot of like my listeners know that a lot of photographers I've had on are all male, so you're the first like female photographer I've had on.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. But yeah, let's kind of start from like the beginning. I want to talk about like your journey and like what got you into photography. So like what intrigued you at first to even get into photography?
Honestly, like I was into photography since high school, but it was just like a class I was taking. I never really took it like serious. Honestly, I wanted to go to school for like fine arts, but I don't know, as a graduation gift, I asked my parents to get me a camera, and I kind of just like played with it.
What kind of camera was it?
It was like a Canon Rebel.
The Rebel shit?
Yeah.
Yo,
everyone starts out with that.
Every single photographer I've had on, if like you listen to the podcast, they all have had that. That was the first camera.
Yeah,
like everybody.
I mean, because it's like $500, and my parents are like getting it. So yeah, I would just like shoot with that. I shot with that for the longest time, honestly.
How old are you when you first got that camera?
I would say like 16 or 17 when I first got that camera.
16 or 17, okay.
Yeah.
And you said you were like planning on going to a fine arts school. Were there like, or was there something else that you wanted to be like before that?
No. Honestly, like ever since I was younger, like I wanted to be an artist. And I knew that, but then like one day one of my uncles actually told me like, oh, artists don't really make money. And
what?
I was like, fuck. Okay, I guess I have to like switch up. So like after I graduated high school, I actually started going to school for computer programming.
Okay.
I just went to a community college, and I went for like 2 months. I swear it felt like 2 years, but my mom keeps telling me it was only 2 months. But I only went for like 2 months, and I was taking like computer programming classes and a business class, and honestly my business class like inspired me to like be an entrepreneur and stuff. So
oh shit, at least it served some purpose.
Yeah, so I'm like, fuck this, fuck school, I'm gonna leave. And then my mom's like, you need to get a job or go back to school. So I ended up getting like a part-time job at a seafood restaurant. And I don't like seafood.
Oh shit, how did that work out?
Dude, it was the worst because I was like cashier. I was like I was the waitress, like bringing food out basically and washing dishes.
You didn't like throw up on the food?
No, it was pretty funny when people would order food because they'd be like, oh, how's the smoked tilapia? And I'm just there like,
it's fire.
It's good. Like that's my description for everything. Like it's good, because honestly I had no idea. I don't like fish. So
yeah, that's funny. My mom is the same way. She hates fish, and one time she was like wanted to like make me and my dad fish, so she's just like, I'm gonna make you fish, and she fucking puked on all the fish that she made.
Yeah, I definitely didn't puke, but
that's
I mean I'm better with it now.
You're better with the fish now?
Yeah, I like salmon and tuna, like the basics.
Hey, you're moving your way up. That's
exactly
dope. But yeah, like going back to like photography side of it, were you just kind of playing around with like the Rebel like for a little bit?
Yeah, I was just like playing around with it. At first I was just like doing like the landscapey things that like all photographers do at some point.
It was a phase.
Yeah, definitely. So I definitely like just started doing that at first. And then I don't know if you know this, but they would have like photography meetups and shit, and like what was it called? It was called like Flask Mob or some
Was
shit
it like on
like
Facebook
that.
or something? How'd you find it?
No, it was always like on Instagram, cuz you
Oh,
know, like
flash mobs,
the
actually.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what
or
you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah, I don't know, one of those. But you know, when like back then it was like 13 Witness and like Van Styles and all of those photographers, they would like come out to these things just to like, I don't know, be a part of it, and everyone would go shoot, and there'd be like sparklers, like people doing the sparkler things and just very corny stuff. And I would go out to them out in LA, because at the time I was actually living in Riverside, which is an hour away.
Yeah, that's far.
Yeah, so I would like drive out here and like just to shoot, I guess. And I kind of just played with that, and then eventually like I decided to do like try out concert photography. So yeah.
What was like the first show you went to go
Um,
shoot?
so the first show, it was actually like a Chris Travis Bones like Team Sesh Xavier Wolf show. I remember like my brother and his like friends and stuff, they wanted to go to one of the shows, and it was like a little warehouse show, and I went with them. And I remember like seeing them just chilling in the back, and I'm like, hey, can I take a picture of you? And then they're like, yeah, sure. So I took pictures of them, and then I asked them, like, here I am at like 17, like little ass girl,
What year was
asking
this?
them. I don't even remember.
Like,
uh like 2015.
okay, so like 4 or 5 years ago, something
Yeah,
like that.
so I'm just like 17, 18, and like I asked them, I'm like, hey, can I like take pictures during your show? And then they're like, yeah, sure. If security tries to kick you off, like just tell them you're with us. And it was like a small ass warehouse. Like it was so sweaty and musty. So that was actually like my first concert that I shot. And yeah, like the pictures came out great, and I guess they liked them because I think Fader or something, like they ended up using it for like some blog that they were writing about them.
That's pretty dope.
It was like pretty hype. I was pretty hyped at the time. I'm like,
Fader's
cool.
big, like.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything crazy big, but they just used one of my pictures for like their blog post. So I'm like, cool. And honestly, like after that, like I would ask them all the time, like, can I go to your show? Like so I can take pictures. So I went to a couple of their shows after that and started taking pictures. And then from there, I kind of just like did the same for other shows. I started just like emailing people. Like I would see like shows online and stuff, and I'm like, I kind of want to like see if I can shoot this person. So I'd find every email on that website, like you know how you go
like
on
the
like
venue?
Golden, the venue or like Golden Voice or whatever. Like I would email every email on that page.
Hell yeah.
And be like, hey, like I'm a photographer, I'm trying to shoot this show for Friday, like let me.
Let me.
And
was
most
it
of
like,
the time I wouldn't get responses, but sometimes I will.
was it like professionally, like email, or was it just like, yo, let me come through?
No, it was more professional.
Okay.
It was just like, hey, like I'm trying to shoot this. Sometimes I would lie and say I was like with a blog or something.
Okay.
So I just finesse my way. Like I would always just like, hey, can I come through? But
I love it.
It was more like professional. And I did that for Golden Voice for like this Travis Scott show and like Young Thug show. This was like so long ago. And I messaged Golden Voice, like I went on their website, and someone got back to me. They're like, hey, like we're not sure if we're able to like give any passes out yet, like check in later. So I check in like 2 weeks later. I'm like, hey, so about those passes. And then she's like, ask us closer to the show. So I'm like, what the fuck?
How long ago was the show?
This was like also like 2014, 2015. So so like literally the day before the show, I end up emailing them.
What the fuck?
And I'm like, hey, can I get a press pass or what? And then the girl's like, yeah, you're on the list. And I'm like,
oh shit, that
what?
easy?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna shoot Travis Scott and Young Thug. I was like so hyped.
Do you still have the Rebel? Or did you have did you upgrade like at that point?
So I did end up upgrading at some point, but I don't remember when. I ended up, after the Rebel, I ended up getting the Canon 70D.
Oh damn, that's a big jump.
Yeah, because at like that point, I kind of just like wanted something better. But I'm not sure what camera I had at the time, so I don't remember.
Were you just like at that show, just like fuck, I can't believe?
Yeah, I was so hyped. Honestly, I was hyped for every show I got into. I was like, oh my gosh, this is sick. So yeah, I kind of just started doing more concert photography, and at the same time I was just doing like the standard like on the roof in downtown LA photos still. And then eventually like I started shooting with models, like with the girls.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
During this stage, were you like solely doing photography, or did you still have like other jobs, like side jobs and shit?
Okay, so I was like, when I was working at that restaurant, I was still shooting on the side. Actually, I was always just shooting on the side, like besides everything I was doing. Yeah, my first job was actually at like my very, very, very first job was actually like at a Halloween store.
At a Halloween store, like one of
Yeah,
the seasonal
like a
pop-ups.
seasonal thing. Yeah, it was cool though. But
yo, that's dope.
yeah, and I was still shooting on the side for sure. But always just like trying to find a job, and then eventually I ended up like finding something that was cool.
At what point did you know that like you could do this for like a living and you wanted to devote like all your time to it?
At what point was that?
Yeah.
Honestly, because for like everything I was doing, I was not getting paid for, so it was purely just like out of passion. Like I literally did not start getting paid like money until like not too long ago, to be honest. But at what point? Basically, I guess when I started working with, well, my mentor, she's my current mentor. Her name's Marilyn Hugh. She's also a photographer.
So
I think at like when I started working with her is like when I was like, maybe I can do something with this.
you're like, this could be serious.
Yeah. Well, before that, I was like still shooting with models. Like the very first model that I shot with was Softest Hard, and she's like one of my best friends. So she would always like bring me onto like her shows because she's a DJ. So she would like take me around, like invite me to her shows, and I was just kind of like always there taking pictures. And then, but I still, at that point, I still didn't really think like, oh, I can make money off of this. I was just like doing
just going with it.
Yeah, honestly. But until like Marilyn, she like basically hired me to do stuff for her. I think that's when I started like, okay, cool, like I can actually do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So would you say like one of the biggest factors of like getting to you to where you're at right now is just like the connections you made and like the people you know have gotten to you to where you're at?
Yeah, 1000%. Like, yeah.
Okay.
The people I know definitely like helped me get me to where I'm at. For
Yeah.
sure.
That's like anything in life. Like you fucking who you know is gonna get you far.
Yeah, I can agree with that 1000%.
Dope.
Yeah.
Talk about like the early struggles that you had. Like I know you said like you didn't really get paid for anything. Was that one of them, or did you have any other struggles that you went through early?
Basically just like, yeah, not really getting paid a lot. Like, yeah, a lot of people, I feel like nowadays they kind of feel, I don't mean this like in a bad way, because definitely ask for money, because you know, like, you don't want to be ripped off for your art, but a lot of people don't understand that you kind of have to work for free until you like start like doing, like, actually doing numbers or something.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Like, even up until this day, like, now I still don't get paid for certain things that I do, and honestly, it's kind of like what matters more to you, like the relationship with that person or being paid. So a lot of the things that, like, I honestly wouldn't get paid for, but my relationship with that person actually meant more to me than actually being paid for it. So yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that you have to like work for free sometimes. Like, it's not always about the money, because that relationship may take you further, like, down the line.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And like, can you imagine when you did that like Golden Voice show that first time, if you just like asked them like, yo, how much you guys gonna pay me or something, they probably laugh or something, right?
I know, yeah. I don't think that's how it works. So they would have been like, wait, you're hitting us up to shoot, like, why are we gonna pay you? Yeah,
it definitely seems like you know how to maneuver your way like through the industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just trying. Like, what's the worst thing that could have happened? Like, they don't respond, or they just say no. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna lose anything. Like, I'll be like, well, that sucks, but I'm gonna go on with my day. So
I feel like,
it's like, whatever.
I feel like in like the music and entertainment industry, whatever, like in the creative industry, if somebody's just like not interested in working with you, they just won't reply to your email. Like, they're not gonna take the time to say no, thank you so much for.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, you don't win or lose anything. Like, they're like, just try. That's all you have to do, is just go for it.
Yeah, definitely. As far as like your inspirations go, like what is it that inspires you to shoot? Like, what are you most passionate about shooting?
Honestly, I love shooting with models, like with girls.
So like portraits?
Yeah, I love doing portraits for sure. I don't know, I just really like working with, like, I love making girls feel like they're pretty, and you know, I'll like edit the pictures and stuff, and like I edit them the way I see them, and honestly, like, I just love editing, and I just love portraits.
What do you use? That's all I gotta say.
That's all I gotta say. It's
straight up. What do you use to edit? What software?
So my editing process is a lot.
A lot?
It's a lot. So I use this like $50 program on. It's
like $50 a month?
No, like $50 for the whole program.
Okay.
Like, it's like on the App Store. But I use that to like, it's called Affinity Photo. So I use that to like retouch my pictures, and then I'll throw that into Photoshop, and then I'll throw it into Lightroom, or I'll switch that, and then I'll throw it into my phone, because basically the screen is different sometimes. Like, it'll look differently on your computer screen than it looks on your phone. So I'll even look at it through my phone, and this is just like the process for one picture.
How long does the process take?
It takes me, like, each picture, now that I'm faster with it, it'll take me, depending like what I'm doing to it, but if I'm just doing like very minimal things, like 5 minutes per picture.
5 minutes per picture?
Yeah, but if I'm doing like extra editing where I'm like changing up the background and adding in random things, it'll take me a little longer. But I definitely go through like a process of editing. It's not just like one program that I use to edit.
5 minutes doesn't sound too bad. Is that
long? At least now, because back in the day, like, I didn't really know what I was doing, but now I'm kind of like just really used to it and stuff, so it's easier for me.
Like, now you have that process, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was for me too with this podcast. I'd be fucking taking like 5 hours to do something that should take like 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But now I'm like way quicker. Now I kind of know how to like deliver content quicker. Like, before, I used to pick So, I'd shoot and I'd have like up to 700 photos.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd go through them, do my own selects, and then I'll edit the ones I like. But then, and I'll deliver those pictures, and then the models will be like, oh, what about that picture of me, like, near the tree or whatever? And then I'm like, fuck. So at this point, now I kind of get it. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to email you the low res, like, you do the selects.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just edit whatever you like.
So
it cuts down time.
Yeah, because, like, can you imagine how many, like, different models want
Yeah, like,
photos?
they want, like, certain photos that they seen that they liked and stuff. So I'd rather just let them do the selects, and I'll just edit whatever they want.
So let's say you have a shoot with a model. How many photos are you taking, like, in one session of a shoot?
Up to like 700.
700?
Yeah, 700 or less.
Normal, huh?
Sometimes it's only 200.
Okay.
So I'd say 200 max 700.
Okay, that's pretty normal, or
for me it is,
for
but
you?
I don't know. I don't really talk to other photographers that much and like ask them how many photos to take. But
Yo,
that's how
comment
much I
below
take.
and let me know how many photos is like the average.
I know.
'Cause I'm sure, like, you can't look
I
up.
take a lot, but
You can't look up on Google, like, what's the average.
I know how
photos?
many. Yeah, so minimum is like 200, the most is like 700.
You're
for
setting
me.
the standard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because I'll do like different sets. It's like models have like 3 different looks, so
Yeah.
like 200 per look or whatever. So it adds up to like 600-700.
And how do you sift out, like, which ones are the best ones? Is it just like your eye?
Yeah, like I kind of know, like, oh, this one's it. Like, we're done with this look. Like, we got it. Let's change to the next one.
Okay.
Like, I kind of just know.
Okay. I respect it.
Yeah.
So going back to, like, your whole journey, you started going to shows with your friend, like your best friend. What's her name again? Like, she's a DJ.
Oh, Softest Hard.
Yeah, Softest Hard. So you started doing that. What year was that? When you guys linked up?
Like 2014. I graduated 2014, so around there.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2014, 15. Yeah.
Okay. And then when did you? Because I see you shoot and, like, you tour a lot with Skrillex, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
how did that whole thing happen?
So that actually goes back to my mentor, Marilyn. She was actually looking for an assistant, but like a personal assistant.
What?
And she's a photographer as well, and she would shoot with my friend Softest Hard. And one day I seen Marilyn posted like something on Instagram. She's like, oh, looking to hire an assistant, like, here are the requirements. And the requirements were must have a car, must have a laptop, must not be annoying. And I'm like, I think that's me.
Check.
Yeah, so I was with my friend Softest Hard that day, and I was like, hey, I'm probably gonna try to like apply for this. She's like, oh, I know Marilyn, like, me and her always shoot. I'm gonna text her right now so she can like interview you.
Yo,
So she like
that's
texted her like, hey, I know someone for like that assistant job. So I ended up going like in on a Monday for an interview, and I sat down with Marilyn. Like, that's the day I met her, and me and her just like instantly connected through like our interests and where we were from, because she's from Rancho Cucamonga and I'm from Riverside, so we're like
IE connection.
10 minutes away from each other. And I used to work like in some place called Ontario Mills. It's like this mall. Yeah,
that
so
shit's huge.
yeah, so she used to work there, and that's where I was working. So yeah, she basically like hired me on the spot and was like,
Damn.
I want you to go home and quit your job. I'm like, cool.
But
So
basically, like, a connection you made, like, just paid off. Like,
yeah, so she's actually a graphic designer as well.
Okay.
And at the time she had met Skrillex, and like she was already working for him, like doing like graphic design work, and he wanted to start a brand called Alza Goods, and so she was designing for that, and we would make merch, obviously, so she needed someone to shoot all that merch. So she's like, hey, Cops, like, want to shoot? Like, okay, sure. And then I would like only get paid like $100, like $150 for those shoots, like each shoot. And she would invoice like that company all the time for the shoots. And then eventually they were like, why don't you just hire her for us, since you're like invoicing us so much for her? So yeah, so I was staying, like, when I was working for her, like, I was just staying on her couch. Like, I was sleeping on her couch Monday through Friday, getting paid part-time, like, literally, like, $300.
Where does she live at?
She lived in downtown LA, like, on Spring and 7th.
So
like,
you couldn't be going back to, like, IE?
Yeah, so I did that for a while, actually, and then she kind of felt bad, and she's like, you can just, like, stay on my couch. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I would stay on her couch because she, like, understood, like, it was far as fuck. And eventually, like, she was like, you know what, I'm gonna get you an air mattress. So she got me an air mattress for her living room, and I was just staying with her and her other roommate.
You're like, this is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me.
Yeah, it was just like laying there, like crashing at their house Monday through Friday. Then on the weekends, I would actually go back to Riverside and pack up, like wash my clothes, pack up for the next week. And at this point, I was still part-time, but I was there full-time.
What the hell? That's
yeah,
crazy.
because I mean, there was nothing for me in Riverside. Like, I wasn't doing anything out there. Like, I would have much rather just been with them doing whatever they like were doing. So yeah, eventually, like, she ended up hiring me for Alza, which is Skrillex's record label, but I was part of his like brand, which is called Alza Goods, and I'm part of that. And yeah, we all just became really close, and I guess, like, from there we just all grew a connection and got really close to each other. And eventually, like, yeah, I just started hanging out with Skrillex more, and he, I guess, fucks with me because I'm still here, but
obviously.
But he just started taking me, like, places with him. And like Maryland travels with us a lot too.
What year was this?
This was like the year I started touring with him was literally like this year.
Oh,
or
shit.
at beginning of this year or something.
Early 2019?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. My dates are all messed up. It could have been like end of last year, but
okay. Yeah,
so that was like really recent that I started. No, I'm lying. It was like last year.
Okay.
It was not this year.
It all blends
Yeah,
together.
it's all like a blur. Like, everything just blends.
Shit, well, it seems like it happened fast as hell. Like.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Because I basically started out like in 2014, like when I graduated high school, and just kept at it. Like, everything just started like just coming together. Place. Yeah, like just gradually growing, I guess.
yeah, that's how it should happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, organically.
Yeah,
that's cool, because like there's photographers out there who are like 40 who've been like doing photography for like 25 years or something, who like aren't even near like where you're at. And like,
I mean, I still wouldn't say I'm like like really
I know, but anything. Like still, like the connections that you have right now, like are gonna take you far.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so.
I hope so, yeah. We'll see.
I
guess time will tell.
Yeah.
Who are some other like artists that you've gotten to shoot for?
So I actually went on tour with Caliuchis as well.
Okay.
That was last year. Other like music artists, I mean, not many. Like, I shot a lot of like random shows, but I never really like worked with them.
I got you.
Yeah, I would say like another artist is probably just Cali.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're still so young in your career. Like, it's pretty exciting to think about like what can happen in the next. And you're just in your 20s, like, and even.
I know.
You know.
It's exciting. Yeah.
Do you ever think about that?
Yeah, it's actually crazy, but honestly, like, I don't pay attention to it because I should like focus on now. And
that's
like I don't know, like, I don't really pay attention to the age.
Okay, no, that's fine. Do you ever take time to like reflect on like
every day?
Every day?
Yes.
What do you do when you like
Like when
What?
I reflect
Yeah,
back
yeah,
on like, wow, my life's weird. Every day, every night I go to sleep, like I cannot sleep at night. Um just cuz I'm always up thinking, and it's honestly really crazy to me, like everything
yeah,
that my life has given me. So,
yeah.
yeah.
That's crazy. So from like the couch, sleeping on the couch
Yeah.
to touring with Skrillex.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not a like I don't know. Sleeping on a couch is not a big deal to me. Like
It's not that deep.
I grew up, yeah, I grew up like sharing a bed, like a whole room with my two younger sisters. Like I never had
Oh
my
shit.
own like room or anything. So
Yeah.
sleeping on a couch is like
No big deal.
no big deal to me.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're battle tested, kind of.
Yeah.
I feel you. All right. What are some of the places that like photography has taken you to, like the places where you've gone to go because of photography?
Like traveled.
Yeah.
I mean, Skrill, like he's definitely given me, like blessed me
Yeah.
into seeing the world for sure. I've only gone to like Asia, different parts of Asia, which is crazy because never in a million years would I have thought like I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
I've gone to Canada, and that's about it. I haven't gone to Europe yet. I really want to go, but I've been to China, Thailand, where else? Japan. Yeah, and like little cities within like those countries.
And then like just places in the U.S. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've definitely gone around the U.S.
Which place was your favorite
Like here in the U.S. or just overall?
overall? Like you traveled to
Japan.
Japan? Why Japan?
Because
Fuck, I want to go to Japan though. Yeah.
it's amazing. Like it's so beautiful, and like Tokyo's just a like magical place. It's like New York, but anime New York.
You like anime?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so I love Japan. Like everyone's so nice out there. It's so clean. Everyone's just really respectful, and you just like get a feel for their culture, and I really, really like it.
Dope.
Yeah.
And all these places you traveled, have they happened with like in the span of a year? Or
Yes, I would feel. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you traveled more in this past year than you have in your
Yes.
entire life.
Yeah. 1000%.
Okay.
Yeah, like last year, like I said, I was on tour with Cali, so I did the whole US basically. And then from there, like I was also like doing stuff with Sunny, with Skrillex, and like and I was able to go with him to Asia and stuff. So yeah, I've been traveling a lot the last year and like this year as well. So
Okay.
just very recent. Yeah.
Out of like all the places you traveled in such
Mhm.
like a short amount of time versus like your entire lifetime, what it's like, what have you learned?
It's what I learned is like just fucking go out and see the world. It's like there's more out
Yeah.
there. Like there's crazy shit. Like it's amazing to just fucking go.
Just fucking go.
Yeah, like there's more than just like these walls that we live in out here. Like dude, there's a lot of
Yeah.
cool shit out there. Like it's beautiful as fuck. So yeah, just fucking when you can just go.
You've probably grown a lot too, right? Just, like,
Yeah.
traveling these places.
Yeah.
So, do you have any like tips for people who never traveled besides just go?
Tips. I mean,
Like luggage, is luggage important? Shit, like having good luggage.
I mean, I'm the worst to ask about that because I just pack everything. Like being a girl and traveling kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Just because like obviously we have to carry around our makeup, we have like our skincare products, we have to like sometimes it's that time of month and like we have to worry about that, and then it's just tough for a girl, and then I really don't know what to wear, so I pack a lot.
You pack a lot.
So unlike my like guy friends, they're literally like, oh, I'm cool with one carry-on. I'm like, how?
How?
How? No, so I'm the worst for that.
Well, at least you're honest.
Yeah.
Shit. So what about like hobbies outside of photography? Like, I know you're a big gamer, right?
Yes.
How long have you been gaming for?
So I've been gaming since high school, actually. Like, I was so addicted.
You've always been into it, kind of. Then.
Yes.
All right.
Like, I was addicted to it. I was like so obsessed with playing like Halo 3 and like playing Modern Warfare 2. Like, I would literally just lock myself up in my room 24/7 playing. Yeah, honestly, I didn't start going out of the house until like junior year of high school, but freshman and sophomore year, like, that's all I did.
Just play. Like,
Just game online.
How
like,
many hours do you think you'd be playing?
like all the time, and then sometimes I'd miss school just to play.
Oh fuck.
I'd be like, Mom, I don't want to go to school. She's like, go to school. I'm like, no.
I'd rather play.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game to play now?
I'm waiting for the new Modern Warfare that comes out in like soon, like in 20 days. So I'm counting it down. I'm counting down the days. Yeah, that's like I played the beta, so I'm kind of obsessed and I can't wait to play it.
How'd you get to play the beta?
It was open for a weekend, actually. So
okay.
yeah, so that's definitely one of my hobbies. Just this year, I had my coworker help me pick out parts to build my PC, and he was supposed to help me build it, but he got busy doing things. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna go home and build it myself. So I built out my own PC, and now she works perfectly, and I'm obsessed. So now I game on PC, because before I was gaming on Xbox, and that's about it. But now I game on PC.
Damn, so you built that shit yourself?
Yes.
Was it hard?
No, you just have to like pay attention like to the parts, make sure you're connecting wires
the right way.
Yeah, the right way.
How did you learn that? Did you use like YouTube? Or?
YouTube University. YouTube has taught me everything I know.
I love it. Dude, you don't even need to go to like school for any of this shit. Like
exactly. My mentor and I, like, we always just talk about YouTube University. We're like, yep, don't gotta go to school. It's just YouTube University.
Yeah, honestly, that's true. And a lot of people do, like, even if you ask somebody how they learn some shit, like, everyone says YouTube.
Yeah, like, yeah. So, yeah, that's like my hobby. So, but honestly, I'm kind of taking it more serious.
The gaming shit more serious?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like gaming, and if I can
really
make money at it, like, why not? I mean, I'd say I'm decent right now. I kind of suck because I'm getting used to like using the keyboard and a mouse at the same time. But hopefully I get better. And yeah, honestly, like, I'm taking it more serious. Like, I'm gonna start streaming more and just gaming more, honestly.
How do you get to the point where you're able to make money off it?
So right now I'm literally just starting out, but there's different like tiers on Twitch that you have to accomplish before you start being able to like earn subscribers and things like that. So I finished the first tier, which like made you like earn a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of viewers until you can start like getting subscribers. And I've recently just completed that like last week. So now I'm able to earn subscribers, and I've already got like 4, but shout out to my subscribers. My 4 subscribers. You know, but yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it because it's just a way for me to not think about anything else that I'm having to deal with. Yeah. Like with work, at least, because it's a lot. Like sometimes you just want to like go home and literally do nothing, like think about nothing, and that's like my nothingness.
Okay.
It's like,
well, it's mindless.
cool.
Takes your mind off it,
yeah,
right?
exactly. I'm just like there gaming. Like I'm not thinking about the 100 like photos that I have to edit. Like just gaming. Like I don't know, I really enjoy it.
How often do you play like a night?
So I try to like stream if I can like every night, But lately I've been really busy, like just doing work, so I haven't been able to go on live that much. But I really try to like go on almost every night, and I'll like go on from like 9 p.m. up until like 2 a.m.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't go to sleep until like 5 a.m.
What? You're nocturnal?
Yeah, basically.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What is it you think that, and we're like gonna digress, go back to photography.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it takes to like be a successful photographer? Like, what do you need? Just like good eye, or
Yeah, good taste for sure, because in my opinion, like there is a lot of like great photographers that know their shit, that know the settings and know all of that. And but it's just like not useless, but it's just like sometimes like they just don't got the eye for it.
yeah,
Like,
either got it
and,
or
or
you
they
don't.
like shoot like some corny ass shit that can be used to shoot something cooler. But yeah, like I think a like good eye, good taste is like really, really important.
How important is like the equipment you have and all that?
Not important at all.
Oh, really?
I feel like no, because I still use a standard kit lens, like the lens that comes with like the camera.
Yeah.
And I do not have another lens besides like a wide angle lens besides that. And people like ask me like, oh, what's your setup like? I'm like, dude, it's just like the standard shit. Like you just, use what you have, and if you know how to use it, like that's good enough. Like you don't need crazy shit,
Yeah.
buying a $6,000 camera or whatever like is not gonna give you the results you want unless you know how to use it.
Yeah. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
Actually transitions well into like my next question. Like, what advice would you give to people out there that are looking to get into photography or want to succeed in it?
So I think like the number one thing is just to be consistent. Like be consistent with it. Like yeah, like do it all the time. Just don't like fall off. Just be consistent with your work, because someone, like everyone starts from somewhere. It's not like you kind of just blow up overnight. Like it takes you time. It's gonna take time with like everything else you do. It takes time, and just being consistent with your work, and just
To be
keep
consistent.
on doing. Yeah.
For sure. I like it. What about like what's next for you? Like where do you want to see yourself like in your industry?
Honestly, like just as of recent, I'm kind of taking more time to work towards like myself, like doing more of my own thing. Like I have my own brand that I kind of want to like focus on.
What's it called? Plug it.
It's called She.
She.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just She.
Simple.
Very simple, and I want to focus on that more, and honestly focus on streaming and gaming a lot more, and also just focus on freelance shit. So
Okay.
those are like my 3 main focuses right now. And yeah, and like in the future I just hope like I can have a brand that like kids fuck with and like really like actually want to wear.
Yeah.
And hopefully maybe like I'll be a streamer, and I don't know, I'm just like, those are my 3 things that I really just want. Like I want to be able to game, I want to have a cool ass brand, and I want to be able to shoot like with people all the time, and like
Yeah.
and see, I don't really know, like it's hard.
No, those are. I mean, it's I could tell like
Yeah.
you're passionate about those 3 things. So
Yeah,
why do anything else?
exactly. Like I have nothing else to do, so I'm gonna just do these things.
That's
That's another like thing I always tell people. It's like, because people will be like, oh, how did you like get to where you're at? I'm like, honestly, because I had nothing else to do, and it's not like I'm gonna go work a random job.
Yeah.
I'd rather be doing this than doing something else. Like I'd rather spend my time working on this shit rather than like doing something random.
And then if you had like a 9 to 5 or whatever, quote unquote, like imagine like you all the time you couldn't put into like the shit you care about, and then you just fall into that cycle that everybody falls into. It's like,
yeah, so that's like basically what happened recently. It was just like a cycle of things, and I'm like, like I can be allocating my time and energy like way differently. So yeah, so that's why I'm like starting to focus a little more on like my own thing, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool, because I remember like I used to play video games a lot too, and then everybody like in fucking society was just like, if
it's
you play video games, you're a loser. Now look, like people make bank off that shit. Like
a shit ton of money. So everyone who told me it was a waste of time, it's gonna pay off. Like it's insane. Like people do not know that like Twitch fucking is insane. Like dude, it's insane.
Shout out to whoever invented that shit.
I know, for real.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't tell kids anymore like you're wasting your time. You're
like
money.
You can literally kind of make money off of like anything you want, like nowadays
with streaming.
Yeah, with streaming, with anything, even like starting your own brand. It's so I don't want to say it's so easy, but it's way easier because you have
more
like
accessible.
Yeah, because you have your phone. You know, if you have a phone, you have access to a lot. You have Depop, you have like all of these like reselling apps and stuff that you can use to like sell shit to make money, and like maybe that will inspire you to want to like make your own brand. And that's kind of how like my sister is right now too. She's like 18 years old. She has her own brand as well. And she kind of just started off of Depop, like just reselling things and selling like jewelry on there. And then eventually she's like, wow, this like I can actually do this. So she started her own like jewelry brand. And and she's barely like 18.
That's
like
dope.
At 18, I wasn't like really doing that. Like, so it's very accessible nowadays.
Yeah, it's like the golden age of creativity.
Yeah,
you gotta make sure you're telling your story.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's pretty much gonna do it. Where can people find you on social media and everything like
Instagram is just coughs.
Coughs.
And then I have Twitter, but that's like _coughs.
_coughs. Okay.
Yep.
And then Twitch. What's your stream?
Twitch. It's Coughsy, like coughs with a Y at the end.
Coughsy with a Y.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Everyone subscribe to her.
Yeah.
I don't even have a Twitch account, but fuck, if I do, I'm gonna come subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Any last words?
Just fucking do the shit. Just do what you want. Like, yeah, just do it.
Do the shit.
Just do the shit.
I'm putting that in quotes and putting it in there.
Just do whatever you want. Like, honestly, do not hold back on it. Like, all of the shit I was told in the past, like, that wouldn't work. I'm kind of like rooting back to my old like things, my old interests and shit. So yeah, do it.
Dope. All right, I like it. Thanks for coming on. That's gonna wrap.
Thank you.